Forging cybersecurity experts. SecureNinja.
Hi everyone, it's Andrew here from SecureNinja. I'm here with Douglas at the F5 booth at TechNet Cyber. We're going to talk about the emerging security threats in the landscape at the moment. Douglas, what do you see as emerging threats in the cybersecurity landscape?
Well, it's interesting that the landscape itself is so broad. So it comes down to, at this particular point, what type of frameworks are we going to use to actually defend against them? So now I would say that the newest actual framework is Zero Trust. And what folks have to realize with Zero Trust is not a product. It is exactly a framework. It's a framework that's based upon your mission, what your architecture looks like, and also exactly what is the actual overall data and what you're going to be comprised of as an architecture. Out of all that, we look at things such as looking at firewalls. We look at things such as service mesh as far as securing container architectures. Because most of our customers are moving to Kubernetes, and Kubernetes is a container orchestration construct, it is necessary that if you understand Kubernetes, that Kubernetes in no way gives you security, it doesn't give you observability, it doesn't give you routing in those pieces of it. Those are things you bring into Kubernetes. With that means security is, should I say, an individual responsibility when you're starting to move into a container architecture.
Douglas, F5 is best known as a firewall vendor. How are you pivoting to better provide security to vendors?
That is a good question for you, because you're right. We have been a security company that also does, I would say, proxy and load balancing. So we've been in the ADC business for over 20 years, right? But since that time frame, as you just alluded to, that the paradigm shift has changed for us. So whereas we've always been a hardware company, now we're becoming a software company. From everything from being able to, from purchasing Nginx, which is one of the leading actual web servers on the market, 40% of the market, global market, that has given us the capability of playing in microservices-based architectures, being able to bring all the things in which F5 brings from a hardware standpoint into the containerized actual into the containerized world.
So Douglas, analytics is ever more important in the security landscape. What is your perspective?
It's going to be the most important piece of it. Put it like this: it's great to have a great car, but if you don't have a window and visibility into where you're going, well, what good is having a car when you can't drive, right? So when you look at security can block, it can do a lot of other things for you, right? But understanding why people are trying, what the threat is trying to do, well, that's where the analytics come in. Not only those analytics come in as far as you pulling and consuming all that data, but also having the right product, the right SIEM product, meaning SIEM, in order to manage that, in order to be able to curate that data, to be able to give you actionable data from all your analytics, right? And then let's talk about that as a whole. If you're going to that point of pulling and grabbing and consuming analytics, the next piece of that is AI, and it's machine learning, meaning that why should I have an operator that has to sit there and set that policy where we know that's a known policy that needs to be done? AI automation is going to help by allowing certain security threats that we see in the field to be mitigated right away. The last very large actual exploit we had was in supply chain. And if you've read what Microsoft just released new information just yesterday, those same actors are still going after supply chain. The difference being that instead of going after the key supply chain owner, they're going for the ancillary people that come into that supply chain and trying to find vulnerabilities in where they are. Analytics is very important because there's no way anyone could have known that unless analytics are being pulled, curated, and being consumed and being used to look at that as an actual data that we need something from. So it seems for folks like, and I won't, not necessarily our product, but people like AppDynamics, Splunk, and so many are very much important to the overall landscape and the ecosystem, because you have to have that visibility and that observability.
Excellent. So here we hear a lot of concepts. We've talked about Kubernetes. F5 best known, of course, for its firewalls, its load balancers. But now they have to pivot. They have to understand Kubernetes. They have to understand supply chain issues. It's an ever-expanding field. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. We have a lot more content coming from TechNet Cyber. I'm Andrew Howard from SecureNinjaTV. We'll see you back soon.